Viewers, getting some big updates coming in. As the Hindenburg controversy fails to dent Adani in Israel, Israeli ambassador has thrown his weight behind the Adani group, saying that Adani paid full cost of Haifa port, which is a strategic port for the country, viewers. Israeli ambassador has spoken on the Haifa port, saying that the Hindenburg controversy has failed. I repeat, it's failed to dent Adani in Israel. Let's go ahead and play out exactly what the Israeli ambassador had to say.
Adani paid in full, the Adani group paid in full the cost of the Haifa port. They even have money now in the part of the deal was that the port had already money for development. There is money there for development. I think that it's the core business of Adani, what he knows how to do, and it's all the interest both of the Adani group and of Israel, of in India, and everyone who wants to make this world working well, to have this port, and I believe it will be working very, very well. I don't see any other reason not to. Yes, the Adani group are looking for more projects in Israel, and I hope they succeed in also getting. How do I see I'll go to the Indian presence maybe in the Mediterranean. I spoke before, I think, on the fact that in the beginning, that India is becoming from a regional superpower to a world superpower. So India is, I think it feels comfortable enough and strong enough to start looking beyond the immediate, countries usually look at their immediate issues.
Well, let's go straight to Abhishek Kapoor, senior executive editor, who's joining us right now on the phone line. Abhishek, PM Netanyahu had himself described the Haifa port deal with Adani Group as an enormous milestone which will improve the connectivity with the two countries in many ways. And now we are learning is that the Israeli ambassador is saying that the controversy will fail to dent Adani in Israel. That's a big statement coming, Abhishek.
Yes, Shivangi. So, the Israeli ambassador now, Gillan, was speaking on the 30th anniversary of India-Israel establishing diplomatic relations. That was in 1992. In fact, this was a briefing to tell us about what all has happened over the last year to mark the 30th anniversary or 3 decades of diplomatic contact, full diplomatic contact between the two sides. But when a question was asked about the Adani row and its impact on the Haifa port, it's an important port. And that's when Ambassador Gillan really underscored the significance of the project in strategic terms for Israel and for India as well. And in that context, he mentioned that the Adani Group running ports, they understand, they have experience, they have the money, their bread and butter, and that they paid full cost of acquiring the Haifa port. It was a private sector acquisition in a joint venture, and that they have the money as per or whatever arrangement has been made in the JV to run the port. And it gives India a strategic outpost in the Mediterranean Sea, which is important as we grow outside of our borders and beyond our shores. So in that sense, I think while the ambassador was essentially talking about this in the larger context of India-Israel partnership, this obviously would be seen as a shot in the arm for Adani's and the group, which is really struggling post the Hindenburg sniper sort of that came their way. And since then, we have seen many of their group companies really tumbling down insofar as the markets are concerned, and the overall market capitalization of the group also down, affecting the personal wealth also of the promoter, Gautam Adani. Having said that, what Israeli ambassador has said in the context of India-Israel relationship and the larger partnership really does give a bit of a tailwind insofar as the Adani Group itself is concerned, given the fact that Ambassador Gillan endorsed the takeover of Haifa port by Adani and said that, in fact, this is part of 80-odd other JVs that various other Indian companies, including the Tatas, for example, have run with Israeli counterparts.
Right, Abhishek, thank you so much for joining us. Abhishek Kapoor, senior executive editor, getting us the latest, what we're learning so far. Like he was saying, that Israeli ambassador has thrown his weight behind the Adani Group and saying very clearly Adani has paid full cost, and repeat, full cost of the Haifa port. It is a very strategic port for the country. Also, it's great when it comes to Israel and India bilateral ties. Taking a very short break, viewers, much more coming up on the other side as we continue to be live and breaking.